Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you all about something that I think is on a lot of girls and women's minds when they're pregnant, and that is shopping for your baby. There's lots of options out there for buying clothes and buying baby gear and things like that, and basically it comes down to buying new or buying used. And I wanted to share with you some tips and some pointers that I have figured out, and some what not to do's, and some things that are okay when you're going to buy used, or whether you're trying to decide if you should buy used or buy brand new. And I'll start out with talking about clothes, baby clothes. I'm really glad that I didn't go hog wild and buy a bunch of clothes before my shower, because I got so many. And even now, at 37 weeks, clothes are still pouring in from friends and family, and a lot of them are used. And I'll say this, I love used baby clothes. Some of them that I've gotten are in fabulous condition. They do not look like they were ever wore at all. I have had some stuff that has been given to me, and it's kind of a case of, oh yeah, thank you very much for your thoughtfulness, but you've given me something that looks like it's been through 10 kids before it got to mine. And that's a chance that you take. But the good thing about it is, if you're buying it yourself and you're buying used, like at a yard sale or a consignment shop, you have the opportunity to look the product over, to check for holes, to check for stains, and especially check the snaps and the buttons or the zipper or however it closes and opens, and make sure that all those things work, because I have had a few where it was a super cute onesie or a super cute jacket or something like that, and then it turns out all the snaps don't snap anymore. It's missing a piece, and I don't have the other part to fix it or whatever. Buying used clothing is a great idea, because a lot of the times the clothes are in fabulous condition, they look brand new, and you're saving so much money, and plus you'll get so many clothes given to you. And if there's still things that you think you need, like it's dead winter and you live in Alaska and you are positive your baby is going to need a bunting coat, then look for it used before you pay all the money to buy it brand new, when your baby's only going to wear it for a few months and then outgrow it, and you're not going to be able to get much out of it then. Okay, so moving on. Car seats. Oh, I did not buy the car seat that I have for my daughter. It was given to me as a gift. But the story behind car seats for me personally is, I had 5, I think, given to me before Christmas, which was when I got the one that I'm going to use for my daughter now. And all 5 of them were expired. And I'm not talking about expired by a year or two. I'm saying 6 or more years. And a lot of them that were given to me were in really bad condition. They were nasty. The fabric was torn, or it had damage to it. One of them smelled like wet dog. When you're buying a car seat used, I think it is okay to do that, but keep in mind, you do not know whether that car seat has ever been involved in a wreck. Yeah, you could ask the person who's selling it, but they may not always be honest with you, and you've got to keep that in mind and do what you think is best. I will say this, if you're at a yard sale, consignment, whatever, do not buy it without checking the expiration date on the back. All car seats have expiration dates on the back, and any that I have seen, they're not on stickers, they're actually etched into the plastic on the back, so there's no way that somebody can take and stick a sticker on it that doesn't even belong. And if you have any questions, you can get out your cell phone and call the manufacturer right there. Most of them have hotline numbers on the back too, to where you can call and ask. Do it before you buy it so you don't regret it. Next, buying used on baby gear is cribs. With my experience with buying a used crib, I do not recommend buying your crib used. It is fine if a family member or a friend gives you a crib and you trust them, but buying it from a stranger is a totally different story. I I bought a really nice Jenny Lindley oak crib, and it was actual real wood. It was beautiful, beautiful crib, and I got told that it was 3 years old. It came with a mattress, brand new mattress, still in the packaging, and everything looked great. What I didn't realize until I got the crib home was that it was broken, and it would not operate properly to lift the gate up and down. And this was early in my pregnancy, so I wasn't really familiar with the laws, but it is a federal law. Drop side cribs are banned. There's nowhere that sells them, and this turned out to be a drop side crib. So it, first of all, that's strike one on the crib. Second of all, I located a model number. I Googled it. I could not find it anywhere, not even on a recall list. It was so crazy. So I called the manufacturer. I found out that this crib is older than me. I could have slept in this crib. It is so old. They do not make parts to fix it. The company that made it is not even business anymore. They got bought out by another company. Basically, I got bamboozled on the crib, like, big time. Maybe that lady only had it for that amount of years, but in actuality, the crib was older than me. It was so old, it wasn't even on a recall list. So, if you're going to buy your crib used, extreme caution there. Check before you hand over your money to the person. I don't care if they tell you it's only a year old. Look on the crib. Somewhere on the crib, there's a sticker that has the model number, and it has a hotline on it. Call the manufacturer standing right there. If the person really wants to sell the crib, they should not care whether you check. And, if they get all huffy at you, then that's their problem. You want to make sure that the crib is going to be safe for your child. That's your most important goal. Okay, so moving on to other baby gear. I really don't know whether it is a necessity thing or not, but play gyms. I'm going to talk about that because I just had a bad experience with those today, actually. I found 2 Fisher-Price play gyms online off a site that's similar to Craigslist. It's a yard sale page on Facebook that's local to my county. And I paid $50 to this woman today for these 2 gyms and thought I was getting a great deal because brand new, one of these gyms alone is almost $70 on Walmart.com. I was so excited, and she told me that all the attachments were there and everything else, that it all worked. Well, when I got it in my house and I started actually fooling around with it and looking at it a lot better, I discovered that the reason the mat was all tangled up was because it was hiding a huge stain. There are puncture holes in the toy bar. I looked online again and compared the pictures of the product on Walmart.com to what I actually just bought, and more than half of the toys are missing the attachment toys. And now I can't get a hold of the lady, and I can't get my money back. So, with anything that you're going to buy used, when it's a toy, look it up online. Make sure you know exactly what is included, and check and see if they're the same thing. Pull it up on your phone right there in front of the person. And if it isn't the same thing, try to haggle the price down a little bit lower if you can, because you're not, you're paying your hard-earned money, but you're not getting all of what was actually supposed to be there. It doesn't make sense to... Especially, I never would have paid $50 for these 2 gyms if I would have known that they were messed up and had pieces missing. I never would have done that. That was so stupid. But it's a loss now, so learn from my mistake there and check stuff. Check online with Walmart.com or Kmart or Target, somewhere like that. Fisher-Price has a website too. And look and see what exactly the toy is supposed to do. Know the toy before you purchase it used. Especially, I'm not saying that for smaller items, like if you buy a rattle or some little something like that, small, but bigger items like play gyms, walkers even, anything like that, bouncers, check into them. And that's what I'm going to talk about next, is buying your bouncy seat used. I bought mine used. She actually has 2 bouncy seats now, and they're pretty different. One of them is a Fisher Price, and it's purple, and it's got like butterflies, I think, on it, or flowers, one of the two, and I bought it used, and I paid $18 for it at consignment. And once again, I kind of got ripped off. This was early in my pregnancy. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't have a feel for baby gear. And although it works, it's missing its toys. So that should have knocked down its value even more. And just the condition of the fabric of the seat is not that great. Looking back, if I would have been smarter, I'm sure, yeah, it would be worth $10, but not $18. I would not have paid that. The other bouncer that she got, which is way nicer and I like way better than the one I bought, free. One of my cousins just had a baby, I think back in December, so she's passing along her daughter's hand-me-downs to me. And that works out really well. And I'll probably just, we'll cycle it around our family. I'm sure there's going to be somebody else that'll have a baby girl not long after I do. But so, there's cautions there. Also, if you're going to buy anything at all used, those were the main bigger items, stuff like that, common things that you buy used that I wanted to talk to you about. Do check into it. Do know what's being recalled right then and what's not. Be familiar with the product, be familiar with the company, what it's supposed to do, what it's supposed to come with, the condition of it, the retail value in stores brand new, and compare it to what the person wants for it at the yard sale or off Craigslist or anywhere like that. And most of all, try to make smart and informed decisions because you work hard for your money, you want it to go a long way, and at the same time you want to have, everything your child is going to need, but you cannot do that if, you get ripped off several times and you're in the hole, several dollars. It's a win or lose thing, but, buying used is great. When it comes to buying new, that's fine too. In all honesty, like, if I could afford it, I would have picked out the car seat myself. I would have bought it brand new. The fact that I can't really, afford it is part of the reason that I bought those play gyms used. I would have bought those brand new. Not so sure I would have bought a bouncy seat brand new, just because there's tons out there that you can find, used that are good. But the bottom line is, like, if you have that money, that's great, but when you don't have it and you're looking for a bargain, just be careful and, watch your money, watch who you deal with, watch the product, whatever item it is, and think about it before you actually buy it. Don't just jump on it. If you're at a yard sale, it's okay to pick it up, carry it around. If you change your mind or you look at it better in a few more minutes, or have your husband or your friend or sister or somebody else look at it and they find an imperfection, well, then it's okay. You can just set it back down, walk away, no big deal. You don't have to say anything to anybody. It does not matter. But I hope that helps you guys with going out and preparing for your baby and buying your cribs and your car seats and your clothes and everything else that you're going to need for your little baby. And if I've left anything out, or if you have a new versus used experience, share it. We need to know. It's good to be informed and to help each other and to share our little shopping tips.